If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. After opening a Camera Raw file for processing in Photoshop, it opens within the Camera Raw dialog box. This dialog box contains the tools and settings used to import and process the Camera Raw data and save those Camera Raw adjustments if desired. At the top of the dialog box is the title bar, which shows the version of Camera Raw installed. Below that is a bar that shows the Camera Raw file name and camera used to take the photo. At the right end of this bar are the Convert and Save Image, Open Preferences dialog, and Toggle Full Screen Mode buttons. You can click the Convert and Save Image button to open the Save Options dialog box, which you can use to save a copy of the Camera Raw image as a different file type, like DNG, with the settings you specify. This will be discussed in a separate lesson. However, note that you can hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and then click the Convert and Save Image button to convert and save a copy of the image but bypass the Save Options dialog box if desired. Clicking the Open Preferences dialog button opens the Camera Raw Preferences dialog box, which is also discussed in a separate lesson. You can click the Cancel button in this dialog box to close it if needed. Finally, clicking the Toggle Full Screen Mode button toggles the Camera Raw dialog box between a full screen and a smaller version of the dialog box. At the far right side of the dialog box is the toolbar of the Camera Raw dialog box, which contains buttons that let you edit and correct the image while processing it. The buttons are, from top to bottom, Edit, Crop, Healing, Masking, Red Eye, Snapshots, Presets, More Image Settings, and at the bottom, the Zoom tool, the Hand tool, Toggle Sampler Overlay, and Toggle Grid Overlay buttons. At the right side of the dialog box are tabbed panels for the Edit, Crop, Healing, Masking, Red Eye, Snapshots, and Presets tool, depending on which tool is selected. In the upper right corner is the image's histogram showing the tonal range of the image at its current settings. As you make editing adjustments in the tabs in the Edit panel when the Edit button in this toolbar is selected, the data in the histogram automatically updates. In the upper left and upper right corners of the histogram are two buttons you can click to toggle clipping warnings on and off in the preview image to the left. When enabled, clipping warnings appear as shaded red or blue areas in the preview image. These areas indicate where clipping of the highlights or shadows in the image will occur according to the current settings. The left button is the shadow clipping warning, and the right button is the highlight clipping warning. Above and below the histogram is the RGB and image information. You can move your pointer over the preview image to see the corresponding RGB information at the top of the histogram for whichever point in the image preview over which your pointer hovers. Below the histogram is the basic image information. When the Edit tool is selected in the toolbar, the 9 collapsible and expandable tabs appear at the right side of the dialog box in an Edit panel. You can click these tabs to show or hide the tab's associated settings and sliders in a panel. The tabs from top to bottom are named Basic, Curve, Detail, Color Mixer, Color Grading, Optics, Geometry, Effects, and Calibration. Below the preview image, at the left side of the dialog box in the lower left corner, is the Fit in View button, the Zoom to Specified Level button, and the Select Zoom Level dropdown, which appear in a toolbar at the bottom of the preview image. To fit the image in the preview window, click the Fit in View button. Alternatively, to fit the preview image in the window, double-click the Zoom Tool button in the toolbar at the right side of the Camera Raw dialog box. To set the magnification level to use when you click the preview image with the Zoom tool, select a choice from the Select Zoom Level dropdown. Alternatively, to set the magnification level by clicking and dragging when the Zoom tool is selected, click and hold down with the Zoom tool in the preview image where you want to focus the magnification. To decrease the magnification level, then drag to the left and release it when it is the desired magnification. Alternatively, to increase the magnification level, then drag to the right and release it when it is the desired magnification. The Zoom tool is the default tool selected in Camera Raw when the Edit button is selected in the toolbar. To zoom in to the set magnification level when it is selected, hold your mouse pointer over the preview image and click to zoom in to the area at which you click. To zoom out to fit the image in the preview area again, click again. Alternatively, to zoom in or out when the Zoom tool is not selected, directly click the Fit in View or Zoom to Specified Level button. To the right of the magnification buttons in the toolbar below the preview image are the Film Strip, Sort, and Filters buttons, which you can use to view, sort, filter, and manipulate the film strip of thumbnails that appears when working with multiple files at once in the Camera Raw dialog box, which we will discuss in a separate lesson. Directly below the preview image in the toolbar is a 5-star scale. You can click or click and drag in this scale to set a star rating for the current photo. To toggle the photo as being marked for deletion, click the Toggle Mark for Deletion button to the right of the stars, which looks like a trash can icon. Further to the right, in this same bar, is the Cycles Between Before-After Views button. You can click this button to cycle the preview of the Camera Raw image between the 5 before-after views to choose the way changes you make to the Camera Raw file appear in the preview area. Alternatively, click and hold down the button to show a pop-up menu of these view choices instead. Then click the name of the before-after view to apply in the menu that appears. If you select one of the before-after views and then change the image, you can then click the adjacent Swap Before-After Settings button to swap the settings between the two photo versions, or click the Copy Current Settings to Before button to copy the changes to the before image. You can click the Toggle to Default or Current Settings button to toggle between applying the current or default settings to the after version of the photo. In the center of the bar, at the bottom of the dialog box, you can use the Color Space Info link to show the Workspace category of the Camera Raw Preferences dialog box, which lets you select a different preset or specify values in the color space, image sizing, output sharpening, and Photoshop sections, and then click the OK button to apply them if needed. To apply any Camera Raw adjustments to the selected Camera Raw image and close this dialog box without opening the image in Photoshop, click the Done button in the lower right corner of the Camera Raw dialog box. Alternatively, to cancel the changes and close the dialog box, click the Cancel button. Alternatively, to reset the Camera Raw changes made in the dialog box if needed, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and then click the Reset button that replaces the Cancel button. To both, apply your changes by updating the image's metadata and open the image in Photoshop. Click the Open button. Alternatively, to open the selected image in Photoshop without updating the image's metadata, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and then click the Open Copy button that replaces the Open button. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.